Sweet Potato Jones is here today in honor of The Lion King doing their production here in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Blumenthal. And tonight is HBCU night. It's also a reception in honor of the Divine Nine, the most famous, notorious fraternities and sororities from HBCUs. So they are going to be honored tonight in the reception. So we are hustling. Hey, I am Carla Jones. I am the CEO, part owner of Sweet Potato Jones Catering Events.
My name is Amber Jones, and I am the executive chef for Sweet Potato Jones, aka Chef MBZ.
I've probably been cooking for over 35 years.
I have been cooking since I was about 20 years old. I would cook like while I was in college, cook in my apartment, stuff like that. I always knew I wanted to do cooking, but I got accepted to a culinary school, but my acceptance was deferred. So I ended up going to another school, all 4 years, but I still knew I loved to cook. So when I came back, I went to Central Piedmont's culinary school here in Charlotte, and I got my associates in 2 years. And so I always just knew I loved food and loved cooking because watching my mom and my grandmothers cook, it was just the instant gratification that people would get that I wanted to be able to give through food as well.
I love trying new things. I love trying to duplicate what I ate at a fancy restaurant. And I think I love the absolute pleasure that it gives people when they taste good food.
When I received the inquiry, I was silent. Literally, it was just like At
first I was like, this couldn't be real. Is this real? And I read it over and over again. My first reaction was, I just didn't think it was real. And I just read it over and over again. I think what startled me more than anything was not just who was requesting, but it was also the date. And I thought, oh my gosh, how are we going to be able to pull that off? So
I'm scrolling through it and I'm like, this is saying this, and then I looked at the date, I looked at what they were asking for, and then I got upset. Like I was pissed because I was looking at it and I was going to be on a cruise.
I think I became overly nervous when I realized that was also the same time that she had a previously planned cruise ship to celebrate one of her friends' birthdays. I actually became quite upset because Amber loves to travel, and she tries to travel as much as she can, and she tries to go out of town as much as she can. And I thought to myself, here we go again. One of our biggest events ever, and you're going to be out of town. So I was afraid, I was nervous, I was anxious.
And then looking at the date more, it was like there's not much prep that I could have done on the front end because we like to cook things super fresh. So I was trying to figure out ways how I could help. And I was like, I don't know if they're going to choose us, or maybe if they don't choose us, maybe my family will be okay. But then I don't know if I want to leave them here by themselves to do it. I didn't know. It was really 50-50 for me.
Yeah, I wasn't nervous at all about Amber not being there. Hey everybody, my name is Ryan and I am the business content strategist for Sweet Potato Jones.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I gave myself a title.
My oldest daughter, she is the one that likes to honestly just kind of stand around and look, tell everybody what to do, when to do, what it looks like. That's not going to work. We need to change that. But she's really kind of smoothed herself into this whole kind of role of taking pictures.
What do I enjoy the most? I enjoy the leftovers the most. We don't have a lot of groceries in our house. People already assume that, you have a chef, you must eat like that all the time. The answer is no. So I truly thank everyone that books with Sweet Potato Jones so that I may also be fed as well.
Doing this particular event, I think the excitement was doing in the venue itself. But going over and doing a walkthrough a day or two before helped me also to realize that we would not have a kitchen. We would not have that kind of space, which was okay because generally, we can still provide the food safely. But I think what was interesting is when I did the walkthrough, they pretty much shared the amount of space that we would have. And so they gave me an idea that we would have this enormous amount of space and room to be able to accommodate all of our vendors that we had coming in as well. And when we got there that day, the person that was providing the flowers for us, as well as the person that was providing the desserts for us, shared, along with the venue, that is no longer the case, that our space was going to be significantly smaller. So I panicked. And this is an example of things that happen that you don't expect, and you've got to figure out how to adjust very quickly. Do you know if we are able to set up like a table with a backdrop over here so we can replenish our food? Otherwise,
I was told all that's public area, but so.
Okay, because we are really tight in here. And otherwise people are just going to be watching us replenish the food, which is not a cute thing to do. You don't want to see that. One of the things I always say to myself is nobody else knows about this issue but you. So if I'm the only one that knows about it, I need to act like it and just kind of go with the flow and just keep it moving. So we just had to adjust, move furniture, rearrange a lot of different things. There was a lot of furniture there, so we were expecting over 200 people. I'm a big stickler about the flow, so we really had to manage that in the best way we could.
My name is Patrick Jones. Oftentimes at these events, I really find myself doing whatever they tell me to do. It could be, the runner. It could be the referee. It could be anything. It's a multitask.
Very hectic. But it's a good hectic. I'm the one that typically just helps out every now and again. So since Amber is not here, I'm filling in a lot of different spots. But, it's cool. Just setting up a staging area so we can replenish some food when necessary. So that's all what we're doing here, setting up an area where we be right behind the curtain. I'm missing the nut, the wing nut. Ah, there it is. And see, that's what I'm talking about, hectic. But it's all good, loving it.
Crazily enough, I told my mom, I said, Mom, hey, suggest this. It was one of our most popular menus when it comes to birthday parties and stuff like that. So mac and cheese shooters, turkey meatballs, veggie meatballs, salmon skewers, honey bourbon salmon skewers, fruit, fried chicken sliders, trying to name everything, but that's really like the number one menu. So I said, Mom, I know we're comfortable with this. I know that we'll be able to get this done. Again, I'm thinking in my absence, what can they do without me? So I said, hey, suggest this menu. And they said, we love it. Let's do it. So that kind of took a little pressure off. But yeah, that's our most popular menu.
She's freaking out. She's literally freaking out. She's like, I should just fly back from Jamaica. And then I was like, Amber, no, do what you have to do. She's like, how can I miss this? I was like, you can miss it. I was like, you should actually feel privileged that you can miss it, right? Like you have a team of people who actually you can trust to pull in to make it happen where you're not there. I said, that's CEO. That's CEO-ish. Yes, delegate. That's the word. Delegate. That's the word.
I think that this was probably the first time I've ever been over-prepared for an event. Because I knew I did not have her to rely on. I did not have her to inquire or to ask questions or to follow up on something. I felt like I had to do it all by myself. I will say that my husband and my daughter stepped up. My oldest daughter stepped up to the plate. They helped out a lot. Servers helped out a lot that day. So even though Amber's absence was greatly felt, I feel like others were able to step up and to help out a lot. So
I need some muscles over here for a quick second when you get a chance. It's gonna take way too long. Could you pick this up for me and just like hold it over slightly so we can, yeah.
like that, and then just like every other maybe. Or we can do like a pineapple and then watermelon and pineapple and watermelon. Either way.
How many gloves do you think we go through in an event? Because I've been treating the gloves like it's my hands. Like, ew, like time to get a new pair. It's probably like my third one so far.
So now we are hustling because
One of my biggest pet peeves is to be setting up while somebody is walking in. And that is a big no-no for me. So we are hustling. So I'm down here on the sandwiches, got Keenan down there on the cutlery, got my group down here doing the fruit and veggies. So I love my team. I love them. You just tell them one thing to do and they go for it. So that's what I'm talking about.
Trial and error is probably how we've learned how best to obtain our servers for our events. In the beginning, you start to learn the ones that work well with you and the ones that don't. One of the things that my husband always tells me about is you just need to tell people what to do, and then you walk away and you be the leader. But I feel like we have really developed a great group of servers that work well with our team. We gel well together. We've done enough events together now to where they know what we like, what we don't like. They know to where they communicate with us during the events. If something needs to be cleaned off or fixed or changed or adjusted, they automatically do it. And it's nothing better than having a team that everybody knows what to do and when to do and how to do it. So
10 minutes, everything was good. As long as you get like the initial stuff out, we can worry about the other stuff back there. Get like the good initial presentation is what you kind of work for. And everything else, we work to replenish as the night goes on. So I think it was good.
So while I was on vacation on the ship, we were actually in the Grand Cayman Islands. I was on a jet ski, probably had a pina colada, I'm just chilling. But at the same time, I'm still nervous. I'm like, I'm not getting any texts. I'm not getting any videos because I decided to disconnect from the Wi-Fi just for a little bit, thinking that would help. But that was actually worse. But as soon as I got back to the ship, I had like 3 missed calls from my sister. So I'm like, okay, this is it. I finally get to see, I need to see one picture at least, and I'll be able to breathe. And so my sister called, and so we were on FaceTime. And I was like, hey, how's everything going? Like, what's going on? And she said, yeah, so, everything's up. And I was thinking, like, why are you so calm? This is, I'm expecting frantic, I'm trying to keep your mother calm. I'm trying to get this. We're trying to get this. So that's what I'm expecting. But then when my mother had time to stop and get on the FaceTime call, that's when I knew that things were pretty calm.
Whoop, 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 whoop. We don't need you because we're not on a cruise. We believe in working. We have jobs, that's the macaroni. That's the vegetarian meatballs. Hi. Amber, this is Chandra. She's the one that sent us the email.
Hi, Chandra. I hate that I missed
I know. Enjoy. Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a real production. It's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Are you happy, Amber?
Yes, I'm on my way back to you.
Look at that water.
Oh, I would rather be with you.
Even though I would say we have prepared food for hundreds of events, thousands of people, I still get just as nervous. I'm afraid of comments that might say it doesn't have enough seasoning, or it's cold, or it doesn't taste well. Macaroni is probably one of our most common dishes that we make, and one of the first things that people will say when they see it is, oh, I hope it tastes like my mama's. And then I get really nervous because I'm thinking, nobody can cook like somebody's mom or their grandma. So it makes me really, really nervous. I'm very scared. I try not to look at people when they eat our food because I don't want to see their facial expressions. And it's really not until I hear for the first time someone either coming back up for seconds or someone just walking by and saying, man, that was really delicious, or I enjoyed your meal, that I actually kind of start feeling a little bit more relaxed.
My expectations for our food is very simple. Does it look good? Does it look like something I would want to eat? I hate going to places and I really can't tell what it is. So as long as it looks good, I know my mom's going to bring like the decor to make it, look good, but is it something that I would want to eat? So that's what I take into consideration when presenting my food.
Hi, I'm Chandra Lewis, co-founder and COO of the Alan Lewis Agency. We have the privilege of working with Blumenthal Arts, Disney's The Lion King, and Ally Financial in pulling together the Divine Nine HBCU night at The Lion King. When we were looking for a caterer for our reception, we wanted a Black-owned, preferably family-owned, local caterer that we knew would provide delicious bites for our guests. And no one better than Sweet Potato Jones came to mind. We saw that their wonderful article, they were featured in Black Enterprise magazine, and we had such endorsements and such testimonials about how good their food was, but more importantly, how great people they were and what a great family they are. So we are just so pleased. I mean, everyone that's come through the receptions tonight has just raved about how delicious the food was. And Miss Carla, she did her thing with the creativity, with the customized cookies that reflected the Divine Nine theme. And everything just came together beautifully. I am so glad to have met her, and I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to work together on this reception.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was great. We're trying to think of when we could have them come in and cater something for us at work. We're brainstorming. It's exactly. So good. Yeah.
The food was awesome, amazing. I'm a mac and cheese girl, and like definitely hitting the spot.
So you see it's empty, so it was pretty good.
Food was amazing. The setup was beautiful, very creative. Mac and cheese was top tier. And yeah, everything was delicious.
The food was delicious, especially the salmon. The salmon was very good. The mac and cheese, excellent. Yeah, enjoyed it all.
It was so good. The food was so good.
Quite
They had so many options, even some vegetarian one, which was a nice surprise. It was very good. And the fresh fruit table and the dessert, it was perfect. It was everything we could have wanted.
Yeah, I agree. It was
It
so
was
good.
10 out of 10.
It was incredible.
The banana
it hit
pudding,
all the right spots.
amazing. It was all of it. Had 2 servings.
The salmon was to die.
The salmon.
I love banana pudding, and
The
it
chicken
was
sandwich.
so good.
Oh.
It was so beautifully decorated, beautifully organized, nice lighting. It tasted great. It was warm. The food that was supposed to be cold was cold. So it was great. It was perfect.
I just want to say, I love how the chefs prepared meals to fit everyone's dietary restrictions, and the food was just so amazing. Like, it just filled the spot, and it was just I don't know, it was just really good. Especially the desserts and everything, the mac and cheese, vegetarian meatballs, the fruits were just so fresh, and it was just really enjoyable. Thank you.
That food was good?
I really liked it. I thought it was really flavorful, and I loved all of the different options.
Yeah, the food was great. Great variety, great selection. The mac and cheese was delicious. The chicken sandwiches were great. Everything's been delicious.
We enjoyed the food. It was great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it because there were some vegetarian options. I can't eat meat, but so it was a really good selection, and the desserts were amazing.
Food was delicious. It was tasteful, especially the mac and cheese. It was amazing mac and cheese. Yes, and the salmon. Oh my gosh, amazing. Yes, definitely, really good.
Oh my gosh. So there's a company that I just started recently working with, Celux Events. And I love everything about them, primarily because they are over-the-top professional. I literally just said to them, it is an event at the Blumenthal for the Lion King. I wanted to have a type of tropical African look. They sent some pictures, and when they showed up with that beautiful greenery, they had painted the leaves gold. I knew that I wanted to work with them from this point forward. They were able to execute perfectly. And of course, the dessert destination. The owner is Mary Howard. She and I have been good friends for a very long time. She is another one that I can always count on to not only have what we request on time and available, but she is able to take a theme or an event and turn it exactly into what we need and what we want. And she did so on that night with her beautiful individual desserts And her whole setup looked very much so like a safari or some type of event in a tropical world. So shout out to Mary Howard and the Dessert Destination as well. She always pulls through.
I think it went fabulous. Once we got everything taken care of, I knew it was going to take a lot of time unloading, and they all did a fabulous job. I cannot remember the last time I actually stood around almost at an event. I really just kind of stood around and just helped where I could, as opposed to just about to pass out. So I had a fabulous time.
Yeah, I think it probably went it went better than we probably expected without having two heavy hitters here, Amber and PJ. But I think,
but you had me. I was a heavy hitter.
Like I said, the day of, like I said, the heavy lifting and the making sure that the people are all together, I think we really had a really, really strong team, and I don't think it would have went any better with them here. Like, I think we have been able to really get into the groove of just kind of knowing what to do and lending a hand where we see there's a need. So I think it really went really well.
On this particular day, we had a lot of leftovers. We were able to take our leftovers and serve those that worked at the venue. First, it may have been maybe 2 or 3, and then we looked up, and I would say we probably ended up feeding at least an easy 40 plus people. Just coming and getting to-go boxes, and that to me made me feel really, really good. When people taste your food, then they will remember it. And if they're ever looking for a caterer in the future, then they'll know who to come to. If you like what you see and you want to know more about our business, please like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram as well as our website, Sweet Potato Jones. We have way more episodes to come.
All right, guys. So if you guys want to see more of me stepping up, being the boss, being the manager, please, please, please continue to follow Sweet Potato Jones on Instagram. Check out their website, and also stay tuned for another episode of Behind the Kitchen.
Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Sweet Potato Jones. Also, you can follow me, Chef Ambeezy, and look out for more episodes of how we really get down behind the kitchen.